You're listening to an audio article by the Common Constitutionalists. Today's audio article is entitled, What Was It That Ginsburg Said? Let's play a Did She Say It game. Ready? Number 1. Quote, There's nothing in the Constitution that says the president stops being the president in his last year, unquote, Ginsburg said in a 2016 New York Times interview in which she called for Merrick Garland to receive a confirmation vote in the Senate. She then added as to whether the Senate should take up a vote on Garland, Ginsburg said at the time, quote, That's their job, unquote. And now number 2. Quote, My most fervent wish is that I will not be replaced until a new president is installed, unquote, Ginsburg told Clara Spera in the days before her death, NPR reported. Is this a trick question, most would say? I mean, it says it right there that Ginsburg said them both. So if you agree and said that both were statements by RBG, you'd be wrong. But if you said the first was RBG and you don't know who said the second, you win the game. This is how NBC reported it. Quote, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the U.S. Supreme Court Justice, who broke gender barriers, told her granddaughter before she died that her wish was not to have her seat filled until a new president is elected. Quote, My most fervent wish is that I will not be replaced until a new president is installed, unquote. Ginsburg told Clara Spera in the days before her death, NPR reported, unquote. So the minute I read the second statement, my bullcrap radar went hot. Perhaps Ginsburg did say it, but perhaps not. Was NBC in the room with them? Was NPR? No, they weren't. There are only 2 people who knew what Ginsburg said, and one of them is dead, so reporting it as fact is just journalistic malfeasance. I mean, they couldn't even be bothered to add a disclaimer. Nothing, just reported it as fact. Yet these same leftist news outlets who report on Ms. Spera's claim as fact will report that some gangbanger who is caught on video gunning down someone while a dozen witnesses are filming as the alleged shooter. But why would a distraught, grieving granddaughter lie? Well, just maybe, because she is also a leftist, and that's one of the hallmark traits of leftists, they lie. They will quite literally, as we've witnessed recently, say and do anything to advance their agenda. I don't know what was said, if anything, but neither does anyone reporting on it. Yet the press and public just laps it up without question like so many Pavlovian dogs. There is such a dearth of critical thinking in this country it makes me ill on both sides, but more so from the left and by a wide margin. However, I do agree with Ginsburg regarding her 2016 statement. It is the Senate's job. Article 2, Section 2, Clause 2 of the Constitution, quote, He, the President, shall nominate, and by and with the consent of the Senate shall appoint, judges of the Supreme Court, unquote. But that's all it says, so Ginsburg was right. It is the Senate's job. But nowhere does it say they must or must not carry out this job in any specific manner or time frame. Neither NPR or NBC would ever just report something controversial that some conservative said on his or her deathbed as fact. They would couch it, and rightly so without corroboration, as being allegedly said, as they described the alleged shooter. My point is, how about a little consistency? If you're a reporter, report the facts and leave the commentary and opinion to those of us who don't claim to be reporters. Is that too much to ask? Well, yes it is, evidently.